And we have liftoff on Mission Apollo Episode 7. I'm joined today by a couple new team members, Sam and Liam from our Toronto store. Welcome, guys.
Thanks
for joining me.
Thank you.
So yeah, you guys started at the Toronto pop-up shop, and we've been open for, what, a little over a month now? 2-3 weeks? Something like that?
Yeah, around 3 weeks, I think. Yeah.
3 weeks, and it's been pretty busy so far, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get a pretty good amount of people come around.
Excellent. Yeah, so we just want to kind of... Sorry, I think there's a bit of an audio delay. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, in the beginning, it was really like all of the core Apollo fans. They were super excited that we were in Toronto. They all came to say hi. They were super nice. Shout out to James, who comes by like all the time. He even like gave us a case of beer, which was super nice.
Wow.
And like the community in Toronto for scooters is like really incredible. So it was
Amazing.
really fun to witness that when we got there. And now we're getting a bunch of like new people that are interested, which is really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, we don't accept bribes, but some gifts maybe sometime. But yeah, we just kind of wanted to like introduce you guys and get to know you a little bit better, especially for the Toronto community and the people coming to meet you guys. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think the best thing about these online broadcasts is no one can really tell if you're wearing pants or not. Now, of course, we are a professional podcast and we are all wearing pants, right? But
yes,
we have the option. But why don't we go around and just like introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been with the company. Maybe it's only been for the 2 or 3 weeks that we've been open, and your background. Do you have any experience with scooters before? Liam, we can start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Liam, as mentioned. I grew up in Toronto. I now attend McGill University in political science and economics. And I actually just recently started at Apollo about a month ago, I believe, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, so it's been a really fun experience. I've learned a lot of new things. I didn't really know too much about electric scooters. I did ride a few when I was a kid. So like the lower speed ones that you'd find at like Toys R Us or Walmart. But yeah, I'm very excited to keep going, and I hope the summer goes really great.
Yeah, so it's a bit of an upgrade from the Walmart and Toys R Us ones, eh? And what's your favorite scooter so far?
I really like the Ghost because of how quick it accelerates, and I like the wide deck as well compared to Phantom. And so I use the Explorer actually right now to get from my house to work. And that's been really great, but I do like having that extra speed as well.
Yeah,
me and Liam are grinning because his scooter's like kind of busted. The kickstand like doesn't work and like it's missing one of the lock pins. So.
Yeah, maybe let's not advertise that part, but it's easily fixable. Is that right? We do have the parts.
Yeah. As soon as we get the parts, we'll fix it right up. And we get to go.
And Sam, what about you?
Yeah, so like you said, my name is Sam. Right now, I'm at the University of Ottawa studying commerce. So I'm in the Telfer School of Management. And unfortunately, my first year was all online. So I'm looking forward to actually having some, real life classes this semester. And yeah, I've been with Apollo for about like 2-3 weeks more than Liam. I got fortunately, I got the option of coming to Montreal to like actually meet the team and spend 2 weeks over there, just discovering Montreal, how the offices over there were, and training with the whole team in Montreal, which was awesome. I think I talked to more people in those 2 weeks than in my first year of university. So that was in person, of course, but yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah,
for me, of course, and wearing masks, right?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And for me, scooters are the electric ones are pretty new. Like Liam, I had ridden like the Razors that are electric that you go like this, kind of like a moped, that go like maybe 15 kilometers an hour, like top, and you feel like you're flying. And so like the Phantom is quite a kick up from that.
A little bit.
And yeah, other than that, I've been like using like mechanical scooters to do some tricks from time to time when I was a kid.
Trick scooters.
Yeah.
Interesting. What kind of tricks? And I mean, how do you get started on trick scooters?
Yeah. So my one of my family members used to like do a lot of tricks. He lives in New Brunswick, so not much to do over there. And so you gotta kill time somehow. His thing was like scootering. So like he taught me like, you know, tail spins, handlebar spins, things like that, little jumps, 180s, things. The scooter fans out there will know what I'm talking about. And so I used to do that when I was a kid.
Yeah, probably can't do those with our scooters, but maybe one day we'll
Not
have an electric
recommended.
trick scooter. Could be interesting.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite one so far? Was it the Phantom?
Yeah, for me, I mean, like all scooters are great, honestly. And because of Montreal, I got the chance to like actually bring one home every night. So I actually like tested every single one, which was amazing. But the Phantom, like, you know, keeps the crown for me. It just gives you that peace of mind that you can go like literally anywhere with it and it'll handle it like a champ.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not a lake though.
Not yet. People will get like a water ski attachment for it. I've been trying to push like a ski-doo attachment for some of our scooters. I don't know how that would work, but
you keep a straight
water
line
ski.
on the deck and then just
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of funny actually. When you were in Montreal training, I was in Toronto trying to help up set up the Stackt Market and filming some content there. So we never actually met until I think the last day that you were in Montreal.
Yeah, that was pretty lucky that we got the social in the right when you got here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how's the Stackt Market been so far? I think on the opening day, we had a full day, right, on the opening.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it stayed like that for a while. Really, the only reason why we're not fully booked right now, I think, is because of rain. So like obviously when it's raining outside, people like mostly don't come, which we prefer when they cancel the appointment, by the way, because then we can do all of our follow-ups. But you know, people assume that it's canceled because of the rain, and so like we've had a kind of an unlucky spree where it's been raining for a couple of days, but before that, like for the 2 weeks, we were fully packed every single day.
Yeah, fully booked. With people walking in, asking to see if they can test out the scooters. Yeah, so basically like back to back to back all day for every day. Yeah.
And what are the hours right now? It's 12 to 7, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the last time slot that you can book is 6:30.
Okay. And that's from Tuesday to Sunday?
Wednesday to Sunday. Yeah.
Wednesday to Sunday, sorry. And actually, just to clarify, for anyone who's actually thinking of canceling due to the rain, our scooters are IP54 rated for some light water resistance. So some light rain is okay, but obviously riding in heavy rain is not going to be very much fun. And we get a lot of questions about that too. Like, can we ride the scooters in the rain? To a certain extent, yes, but so do you really want to when it's pouring?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And for this, it's not so much about like the actual rain. It's more about the puddles. Obviously, we don't want anyone like hydroplaning around and hurting themselves.
That's true.
So that's more why we have to cancel. But definitely the scooters can take, here it's only light rain. So the scooters would definitely be fine in these conditions.
Yeah. Canadian summer is very short, but some better weather should be coming, especially now that we're into June. And I think you guys are going to be pretty busy and like even more so coming up in the next few days, next few weeks.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Where was I going to go from here? Oh yeah, so obviously the recent vote in Toronto is kind of the buzz right now. Everyone's been talking about it. Everyone seems to think that scooters were just recently banned because of this vote. Obviously, we came out with a recent video explaining what changed, which was nothing really. Sam, you even wrote that article, which helped my video too. Has it affected any of the test drives, do you think? Do you think it's been affecting like the volume? Or have people expressed concerns, questions about it? Maybe Liam, you can jump in here.
In terms of volume, I don't think so. I don't think it's really changed that much. Just because people will still come in either way, regardless, and will ask about what's going on with the ban. And basically, what is happening is it's kind of a gray area right now. So as long as you're being safe and staying on the roads, wearing a helmet, and avoiding the sidewalks, then really they there's not really much for them to enforce, right?
Mhm.
So people will come in asking whether that will affect whether their purchase and their ability to use the scooter, and it really hasn't. Like, I actually got stopped on my way to work one day by a cop.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was getting off the subway, and he stopped me because he saw my Apollo shirt, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like I love your Explorer," and so
Really?
we just like chatted for like 10 minutes about like Stackt Markets, our new pop-up store, and
Mhm.
how he was using his scooter, and yeah, he seemed like really engaged, really excited. So
Interesting.
it's really not like enforced, and even as you can tell, like even police officers love to use them. So
Was he in uniform or off
yeah,
duty?
yeah, he was on duty in uniform. Um,
Interesting.
I think it was shuttle buses that day, and so he was just kind of helping the flow of traffic.
Okay. Yeah, obviously we can't give out legal advice, and one or two cops here
Yeah.
is not the norm. But like you said, as long as you're responsible, wearing your helmet, and even us when we were in Toronto filming and riding around, like they didn't really seem to care. As long as we weren't
Mhm.
riding dangerously, and it's the same thing here in Montreal. As long as you're being safe, responsible, you shouldn't have any problems. Sam, what about you? Have you had any experience with that?
Yeah, so like Liam said, like we do have people that come in and they're curious about what's happening, because the headlines obviously are like Toronto bans electric scooters, so it's very dramatic and everything.
Yeah.
But like we explained in our video and in the article, it's much less dramatic because this was the situation, for the whole time until the pilot
Mhm.
project came along. And the problem really was with rental scooters to begin with,
Yeah.
and the lack of infrastructure that there is around those. Privately owned, scooters tend to be used a little bit better because people like actually put their money down for it, and they like understand the rules of the road, right? Kind of like people that
Mhm.
pay to buy a bike and then go on bikes. They respect the
Exactly.
road and everything. And so, like you said, we can't give any legal advice. And unfortunately, right now, like if you do get stopped by a police officer and you do get a ticket, which would be like unheard of, but if it does happen, like
Mhm.
there's nothing we can do about it for now, unfortunately. But we're definitely, like pushing to get it fixed because, like there was actually a survey done within the Toronto City Council that we heard of, asking the members like who's ridden an electric scooter before, and apparently all of them said that they hadn't. Right, so I
Yeah.
think it's a new technology, and as long as people don't understand what it is, they'll be like kind of apprehensive as to letting it be like legalized and actually regulated. And once we
Mhm.
get to a point where everyone understands like what it's actually about, you'll see a bunch of them on the road, and people will be able to have fun like we do every day.
Yeah. 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 It's really life changing, and the people who are so against it, most of them don't have any experience with it, or they just have bad experiences from these rentals. And I mean,
Hmm.
some people bring up concerns of safety, which are obviously valid concerns. But I think our goal is to show people how to be safe, responsible riders, and I mean, respect the people around you as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people kind of have this vision that electric scooters are like toys. And so a lot of people come in asking like, "Oh, can I get one right now?" And we can see clearly that they're about to ride it on the sidewalk with no helmet. And so we always want to make sure to like explain to them, it's very important to wear a helmet, like Liam said, to never ride on
Mhm.
sidewalks, and just to be mindful of the road in general. There are bad drivers on bikes, there are bad drivers behind the wheel, so you definitely
Yeah.
want to make
Yeah.
sure that you're as visible and as safe as possible when you're on the road.
Yeah. Of course. So, for anyone who hasn't maybe booked a test drive with you guys yet, or is thinking about it, maybe they never used a scooter, what is your guys' usual process when a new customer comes in?
Yeah, so we generally like go outside, greet them. We usually have a bunch of scooters lined up in order, from like least powerful to most powerful. So from the Air to all the way up to the Phantom. And then we kind of try and get a feel for what our customer is looking for in a scooter. So if they're looking for range, if they're looking for speed, if they're looking for something that's light and portable. And then once we get more of a feel towards that, we kind of ask if they've ridden one before, just because in a lot of cases, there is a little bit of a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
And so we try and start people off with slower ones that will make them feel more comfortable, more safe, because of course you want to keep everyone safe as we're riding on them. And then we work our way up from there before kind of closing in and trying to find which one best suits them.
Yeah. And what's been like the most popular ones that people want to try out?
Everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean everyone, they all put down the Phantom, right? So like everyone, even like we have some people that buy the Phantom straight away and then come and test it out. And you know, the Phantom is like an incredible piece of machinery, right? It's top of the line, it's vehicle grade, it's incredible. And so when you've never ridden an electric scooter before, and you start off on the Air, and you feel like the Air is like incredible and powerful, when you move on to the Phantom, like your jaw just drops, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people want to try the Phantom, and then you know, some of them realize this is the perfect scooter for them, and then a lot of them also realize, oh wait, but the Air is also like amazing, and I'm in the city and I want something portable for my apartment. And so you know, we have a big range of scooters, which is very fortunate because there's a scooter that suits every person. And yeah, I think that a lot of people, I think, overestimate like, you know, their needs in terms of like power, and luckily there's a scooter that suits them at the store.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like everyone wants to go big or go home, you know, like go up for the most expensive, the fastest one, and it's so hard to ignore it once you've tried it because it's so much fun. But I mean, living in a dense city like Toronto, you probably don't need it, and you might not even have the space for it either.
For sure.
Do you have a lot of people like buying on the spot too after they try it, or they want to think about it more?
It really depends, honestly. You know, some people, for example, I had a couple, they came in last Saturday, and then they came back this week. They tried once more, and then they bought. So, you know, some people take a little bit more time. Yesterday morning, we had a gentleman that came in. He knew exactly what he was looking for. He purchased on the spot, was very happy.
Nice.
So it really depends, like, you know, on what they're looking for. And then a lot of people just try, want to see like what electric scooters are all about. And then, you know, they have that great experience and they go home happy, and that's really it, right? They don't really need more. So it depends on the person, but you made quite a few sales. Obviously, like our focus at Stackt isn't really like pushing sales or anything. We're not salesmen. We're here to, like, you know, represent Apollo, sorry, and to just offer the best customer experience possible. You know, electric scooters are like an uncomparable experience. Like, you know, all of us, we became passionate about them like after the first ride, right? Like it's just such an amazing feeling. You feel like you're floating above the ground. And so if people can go back home having that same experience, like at the end of the day, we did our job.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely very different from those Razor scooters we used to use when we were kids or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And for people who do want to, like, they're ready to buy after their test drive, you guys have it set up there to help them place an order online. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically we use this app called Shopify, and we input their order. It gets sent to our Montreal office, where they then ship the scooters straight to your door.
Yeah. And for people, like, we get a lot of questions too about people looking for spare parts, accessories at the shop. Just to clear that up, are we selling anything extra there?
No, so it says in the title, Stackt is the showroom. So it's really just for show. We have all of our models there on display. If people want to come in and check them out, see the features and everything, that's awesome. But we're definitely not a servicing center. So for that, we have like our incredible customer service team that can answer any questions and, you know, get any parts shipped to the client's house in no time. but please definitely don't come for parts. We don't have them, unfortunately. We'd love to say yes. Like people that want to buy a scooter and want to have it on the spot, we'd love to say yes. We don't have any stock, so just keep that in mind. We're a showroom, not a store.
Yeah. And are we taking any drop-ins? Because obviously it's like an open market. People are wandering around. They're looking at the other shops too. If people stop by without an appointment, what do you guys say to that? Or do you guys have a recommendation?
Yeah, so it really depends on the day. Like as we were saying earlier, like we are pretty booked up most of the time. But once in a while, we do happen to have someone that doesn't show up, or you know, the another test drive like runs a little short, so then we do have some space. So it depends on the day, but we definitely recommend book ahead of time to secure your spot, because it is a lot of fun, and then you get to take full advantage of the half-hour slot that you get.
For sure.
Yeah, and just to add to what
sorry,
just to add to what Liam was saying, like we would love to take everyone, but like he said, we are fully booked most of the time. And so to kind of like counterbalance that, we have a bunch of QR codes in the windows of the store. And so like anyone that's in Toronto right now, you can come by Stackt. You just scan that with your phone, or if you're at home, obviously go to apolloscooters.ca, go to the bottom and click Toronto test drive. And basically you book something and we'll be happy to service you. But unfortunately, we don't have time necessarily to take everyone that's coming by.
Yeah, for sure. What was I going to say? I think that's about it. We've answered most of the questions about Toronto and the Stackt Market, so maybe we'll take a little bit of time to ask you guys a couple icebreaker questions and get to know you better, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have already given a little bit about your background, how long you've been with the company, stuff like that. You've named your favorite scooter. Let me think here. We'll throw some easy questions at you. What do you guys think is the meaning to life? No, I'm kidding. But do you believe in free will? No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's say you're stranded on a desert island and you can only bring one scooter with you. What scooter do you bring?
Phantom, hands down.
Phantom?
I think
Phantom, hands down. Wow. It has to be the Phantom. It is handsome too, but Phantom, yeah.
Yeah, I think personally the Ghost. I really like the feel, how it rides, and also the speed. It's a little bit less than the Phantom, but I don't think I'm personally going to be going 65 plus kilometers per hour. So
desert island,
desert island though, like imagine a wild orangutan is chasing you. You need that extra, torque to blast off.
I don't know if orangutans live on many islands, but I'm also not much of
a deranged turtle then.
Okay, sure, yeah. Deranged turtle. I mean, I'm sure you could outrun it on maybe even like an air or a city, but okay. To be clear, we don't recommend using our scooters on sand. That's not a good idea. But good answers. Okay, so we'll switch it up a little bit. What is your guys' worst job or best job besides Apollo, maybe? Maybe we can start with you.
Yeah, so other than Apollo, I used to work at this summer camp called UCC Summer Camps. And, I got to, it was very, very different experience. Like I was working with kids, age 6 to 10, and I kind of just got to play basketball all day, which,
oh wow.
So it was pretty fun. But definitely like Apollo and being able to ride the scooters, I think that's a step up for sure.
Yeah. You've gone from being able to play basketball as a job to riding scooters as a job.
Yeah, exactly. And I really love the thrill of riding scooters. So it's, really great experience.
But have you tried playing basketball on a scooter?
I haven't yet, but actually that's something I should definitely consider.
Definitely not do, because it's dangerous. And that was a trick question, Liam. Do not try that at home. Sam, what about you?
Yeah, for me, I like Liam. I started off working in some summer camps. which was pretty fun. Mine weren't like a specific sport, but they were outdoor summer camps, so the kids were like never inside. So that was a great experience. I learned how to like manage 30 kids, and that one was particular because it wasn't like by groups of age, so it was like just one big like group together. So you had like 5-year-olds and 12-year-olds. That was
Wow.
a big learning experience. But Apollo is definitely probably the most excited I've been. Coming into this, I was looking for an internship opportunity just to learn as much as I could about business, and like more than just scooter riding and everything, which is awesome. That's really what we're doing, right? So like the 2 weeks in Montreal, I learned so much about like how the Apollo business works, and like about the co-founders, about the whole team, how everything is structured, and just like the team spirit that there is at Apollo is like unpaired from any other job I've ever had before. So it's really amazing being here.
That's a really good answer on our Apollo podcast. Thanks for to hype us up. What's something interesting or fun or the coolest thing that you've learned from working at Apollo so far? Maybe if you guys didn't have any experience with scooters before or like electric ones, has there been anything that's really stood out to you?
Yeah, for me, it was really how customer service like really plays the biggest part like in the business. Like,
Mm-hmm.
before, I mean, I was always conscious of the fact that like if people are rude, you won't want to shop at a place. But that's pretty much where it stops when you think of like customer service. Like when you go into a Walmart, for example, like not to diss Walmart, but you don't expect to be like treated over the top with
Yeah,
overwhelming niceness and everything. If the cashier is not rude, great. Like that's kind of the experience.
pretty low bar.
Apollo is like the complete opposite, right? Like, I think the company was pretty much built off of the fact that like every single employee truly cares about the customer and
Mm-hmm.
only wants like basically the best scooter, sorry, that fits their needs. And so, learning about how the customer service works and how that whole system is set up. Like I've never seen a company that has so many YouTube videos on how to set up the products, that has people always on emails and on text, on live chats to make sure that everyone is good, and that and it's contagious. Like it transferred on to me and it transferred on to Liam. Every morning we're checking our emails. We're responding to anyone that sends
Amazing.
emails. Sam at apolloscooters.co and Liam at apolloscooters.co, by the way, if you have any questions. And yeah, it's just like incredible to learn the insides out of how the business works.
Amazing. Liam?
Yeah, kind of along the same wavelength. But apart from that, I also really enjoyed kind of getting to know a little bit more about the technical aspects of the scooters, and some very like minor repairs, for my own personal um,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge. Just because I've never really been very mechanical, and so that's helped me develop a new side of me that I actually really enjoy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you fixed any flat tires yet?
I helped Sam out on it. He kind of showed me the ropes, and like what to do. But we also have those great YouTube videos up on our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and so those really have helped me develop that as well. Yeah.
Amazing. Have you guys had to do any difficult repairs? Like what's the hardest one you've had to do so far?
There's a customer who came in and he had like a problem with his rear brake on his Explorer, and like this was when Chris was still in Toronto, like helping us out, and
Mm.
like we were the three of us there, and we, by the way, we don't do repairs, so please don't come for repairs. But we made an exception that time, and it took quite a while. I don't know why. Like there was a problem with the brake pads, and then like the disc didn't want
Mm.
to put itself properly, and there were missing washers and stuff, so it was a whole hassle.
Oh,
So definitely go through the submit a repair request and get that done by professionals.
get our actual tech support to look
Yeah.
over it and help you out. Yeah, for sure. Amazing. Let me see. What else can I ask you guys to get to know you better? Down the desert island one. Um, how about let's stick with that desert island theme? If you were stuck on a desert island, what's one album you would take with you? You got a scooter, and what about your theme song, your music to go with it?
That's a tough one.
This is a stumper, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think I know instantly, but people won't know it. Because I listen to a lot of French rap, and not like Quebec rap, like French from France. Like it's actually surprising in France, the music industry is mostly French and then a little bit American, as opposed to like in Canada where it's like mostly American and a little bit Quebecois or from Toronto or etc. And yeah, so it would be an album called Destin, from an artist called Nino, which I'm sure you guys don't know, but my favorite
I
album.
do not. Maybe someone out there will, and they'll be pointing at
Yeah.
the screen saying they agree with you.
All the Nino fans, shout out to you.
We'll be sure to look it up.
Yeah, personally, I like For Your Eyes Only by J. Cole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just, I listened to it a lot back in high school, and I don't know, I just really like the flow of it. I like the beat, and a few of the music videos are really great too. So I recommend checking it out if you're into rap at all.
A couple of rap and hip hop fans, but at very different languages.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me see. What else can I ask you guys here? What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
I think I've had like chocolate covered crickets. That was an interesting experience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually wasn't too bad. It just gave it kind of a texture. But yeah, when you don't think about it, it's not too bad. It's not so bad.
I think I've also had that.
Yeah, I think for me it's I don't remember what the name is. It's a fruit that looks like super spiky, and then when you open it up, it kind of smells like cheese. It's like super weird. I think it comes from Asia. Maybe. I'm not sure what the name is.
Really smelly one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
one of
you're
my
probably
friends
talking about
had it in high
durian.
school. Yeah, maybe that. So that was something.
So fun fact about durian, it's extremely smelly, but a delicacy. And in Singapore, where I have some family actually, it's actually illegal to open it up on the metro, I think, just because of how bad it smells.
Yeah,
but everyone there loves it, and they have like durian ice cream and durian candies, and I honestly don't understand the appeal because it smells disgusting.
Yeah, I had a friend who used to bring it all the time in high school. That's why like I tried it once, and like we always screamed at him like, "Put that away, man," because like the whole cafeteria was done after that.
Oh boy, yeah, you can't get rid of that smell. Okay, say there's a zombie apocalypse. Who are 3 celebrities you want fighting with you?
I think first probably like maybe Dwayne Johnson. He's a big guy.
I was about to say that.
Football, pro wrestling. So I think definitely be an asset on your team. And then maybe like Kevin Hart to keep it a little like lighthearted. And I really love their bromance too. It's for sure. And then the third, I'm not sure. Maybe someone like more sneaky. Maybe like I don't know. I'm a Marvel fan, and I like Tom Hiddleston and the way he portrays Loki. So maybe if he like gets into character a little bit, then
I don't know if the zombies are really going to be paying attention to his character, but it could be useful. I was thinking like maybe Tom Cruise. He's in so many action movies, and wasn't he in a zombie movie as well, World War Z, or was that Aliens? I don't know, but I feel like he's probably equipped for it in some way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for me, Liam stole those actors right out of my mouth. But yeah, Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson. Kevin will bring that little fun aspect. You don't want to take being chased by zombies too seriously either. You want to.
It's only your life depending on it, but laugh while you're being chased and people want to eat you.
And then probably like Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he's like the Terminator and everything. So like he'll just be blasting zombies.
Also, I've been informed. I think World War Z was actually Brad Pitt, so I might have been mistaken there.
Oh,
But
Okay.
I think that was. I still don't know if that was aliens or zombies. I don't remember anymore. All right, final question. We'll wrap it up. Would you guys rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
I think probably.
do they run as fast as do they run as fast as regular horses? The small ones.
Yeah. Well, let me think. So yeah, they would run as fast as a duck, I guess, because they're duck-sized. They're still horses, but they're duck-sized. So whatever that scale would be, probably faster than a duck.
Because no to animal cruelty, obviously, but I'm thinking if I have
Of
to
course, this
fight
is a
them,
hypothetical
right?
situation, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't condone animal cruelty.
Yeah, if I had to fight them, I think kicking around small horses would be easier than just trying to hang on to a giant duck. So I'd probably go with the small horses. Just kick them one after the other. Do a file. Bow, 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 bow. They're done.
I don't know if they'll be that cooperative, but maybe.
Yeah, I think along the same lines as Sam. I think the 100 duck-sized horses, because I feel like one giant duck would be pretty hard to fight for sure.
I think people underestimate how big a horse is, and if you imagine a duck of that size, that's it can be pretty vicious.
Yeah, exactly. And
you're even scared of the beak when they're at that size. So imagine a horse size. He goes like this, head off. Done.
100 duck-sized horses is the correct answer to go with, and I mean maybe you can even harness them and make your own mini chariot or something, and you've got them all tamed and pulling you around. Start a new scooter company that's powered only by mini horses.
Absolutely. We'll replace Santa's deers with some mini horses.
There you go. Yeah.
Christmas is about to change, guys.
That'd be pretty cute. Have just 100 little mini horses land on your roof, and
oh no, actually, let's replace it with a giant duck because he can fly.
Terrifying. And if you're on the naughty list, then the duck comes to visit you, not Santa.
Yeah.
All right, it's been a pleasure, guys. It's been great getting to know you, and hopefully some of our customers in the Toronto community will have a better insight to you guys, and they'll able to stop by and enjoy. For anyone who is in Vancouver, we will be opening a pop-up store there soon. I believe it's opening just a couple days, so be sure to check it out. We're going to be located at Gastown. The address escapes me now, but feel free to reach out to our support team. We'll be happy to let you know. And thanks again, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Sean.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, take care. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.